I want to welcome you all to my presentation. Today my topic is a general topic, but an important one. It is on diseases. My main aim with this recording that I have is on finding out the ancient treatment of diseases. Maybe if we can go back to that lost wisdom, we can find panacea to the problems of diseases that we are facing today. Their diseases and their remedies. And for your own information, people have sought remedy to ailments since the prehistorical times. Their information that they had have been compiled in pamphlets, in books, and in whatnot. We can find such information today. What is common when someone takes time to go through this information is that science and religions have been married together. The scientists were religious people. They got information from the experiments that they were doing, and they also got information from the inspiration from God. This is why I strongly feel that revisiting these works can make us rethink on the issue. The statement by Ambrose Pare, "I dressed him, God healed him," is a common statement which can be found in hospitals today, meaning that the medical practitioners can do their work, but who really heals people is God. The reason why I'm emphasizing on bringing in the spirituality in the science of healing is because a human being is made up of four aspects, or we can say four bodies. That is the physical body, the spiritual body, the mental body, and the emotional body. These bodies should be well in balance. If there is no balance, then a disease might outcrop. Right, there are causes of diseases. I've tried to summarize them as I'm going to present them. There are diseases that are caused by evil spirits. You know, Jesus was exorcising evil spirits in the Bible. Then diseases that are caused by unhealthy mental attitude. People, especially those who are always negative, can even develop a disease. Then we have got diseases that are caused by what we do, which we can term bad karma. The East people know the term karma very well. Galatians 6 verse 7 says, "You reap what you sow." So what we do can cause us to be sick. Then we also have the astrological causes. In the past, our forefathers knew the cycles. For example, when the moon was new moon, during that time, they could associate with other things, right? Then we have diseases caused by misuse of faculties and body organs. We can overstrain ourselves and so on and become sick. Then there are body toxics. Some of them, they come into our bodies due to the food that we eat. Then the imbalances of the four bodies that I've talked. Then there are many therapies that can be done. And among them, the best are the nature therapies. In most ancient civilizations, this information was known to all. This is why there were some temples, and these temples were put in nature where there was at times water and gardens with the trees and so on, and a patient could be taken to these places. This was also common knowledge in Zimbabwe. People could take their sick and have a temporary shelter in the wilderness so that they could recuperate from nature. Then this is why the ancient Greek Hippocrates said our natures are the physicians of our diseases. Then there is the plant therapy, when we use the medicinal qualities from the flowers, the herbs, different plants and so on to cure our skin. Then there is the animal therapy. This is when the animals can be used to heal sick people, and these animals can be cats, dogs, horses, birds and so on, depending on the type of the diseases. It may be new to others, but it's common knowledge to some. And even in the Bible, we can have it. Job 12, verse 7 to 8. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. So, in fact, we have a lot of information, a lot of knowledge that we can get from these animals, and we can also use them to cure our sick patients. Then we have the mineral therapy. The mineral kingdom was given to us by God, and there are several kinds of crystals which can be used. For example, the same precious stones and the precious stones, the gold, the quartz, the amethyst, opals, all these can be used. And even the minerals that we have, isn't it that our plants take minerals from the soil and they help us to grow healthy? Then there is hydrotherapy. Probably this could have been originated from the Chinese, because they were using the cold baths for fever, when treating fever, as early as 180 BC. Then the ancient Romans also knew of this, as well as the Egyptians and the Greeks. Then it means that some water therapy, a prescription is given by a specialist on the amount of water to be drunk, and when and how should it be drunk, because it has got curative impact on people. Then we have the heliotherapy. This one is the light therapy. This light is usually the light that we have from the sun. Remember, we get the vitamin D from the sun. So a patient just takes several hours in the sunlight, sunshine, not in the heat, but in the sunshine, and it helps a lot. And if we also read, we can find out that we have other ancient people like Nikola Tesla, who were actually using the violet ray therapy. Right, then we have the chromatherapy. We are talking of color. There are different colors, and then there are some colors which evoke calmness and relaxation. They can be good remedies, especially to some kinds of mental and physical disorders. Music therapy is another remedy. We can remember Pythagoras, who was a mathematician and could also use the notes from music the temples and the like, to cure people with the different ailments. Our biblical soul was also helped very much by David. When David was playing the harp, we can find this information in 1 Samuel 16, verse 14 to 23. Then we have something which is important, although we can say the ancient had information about it, but this area is well known even today. We talk of the therapeutic nutrition, diet itself. It can be used as corrective diet for some ailments, and then exercise. The exercises are needed by our bodies so that they can function well. Then we have the hygiene. The ancients had information about it as we have it today. It is important even for people who are sick, who are not sick, to practice hygiene. And in the past, they were putting effort. Even in Zimbabwe, they were using twigs from known trees to clean their teeth. They could make ointment oils from plants and flowers and so on. And they used them for their well-being. Then we have the astrological therapies. So since we have said that we can have some diseases caused by some astrological changes, there are also advantages that can be taken from some astrological conditions. Geoffrey Chaucer of the medieval England wrote something. He said in one of his poems, "Well could he guess the ascending of the stars. Therein his patient's fortune settled well. He knew the cause of every malady, were it of cold or heat or moist or dry." So you can see that they were taking advantage of certain astrological conditions to cure their sick. Then there are other remedies that we can think of, like the massage. If you have got a painful area, you can massage it. Then we have got the occasional tonics, right? The tonics are not very known to the West, but to the East. However, I want to challenge you. Do we have diseases for the East and for the West? So if diseases just affect human beings, we can borrow from the East the remedies for our own advantages. Then fresh air, of course, it's necessary. Then the occupational stress, because occupational therapy, because some people become ill just because they are just loitering around, they have nothing to do. As a result, their minds and everything will be infested with negativity because they have nothing to do. So if they are occupied, if they are doing something all day long and so on, then that can help. Then we have got the laughter and the happiness. You see, laughter, it has been proven scientifically that it helps a human being. The other time I was reading about the shamanic healers in Japan. They use laughter as their main practice when healing the sick people. Then we come on to prayer. We've said that there are many diseases, and there are several causes of these diseases. But I want to say, regardless of the causes of these diseases, a prayer can actually do everything. This is why Jesus was talking of prayer and fasting. So let's go Jesus' way, remembering that we have Archangel Raphael, Jehovah Rapha, the God who healeth. He can help us if we call on him. And my final word is that I want you to remember that all has been given to us by our Creator. Seize the opportunity and stay healthy. Thank you for listening. Remember to like on my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.